Aliatwia. Hi, I'm Willow. My custom name is Lei Saray. And here I'm going to show you some climate change adaptations that I learned while I was a Peace Corps volunteer in Vanuatu. Here you can see that the Republic of Vanuatu consists of a string of 65 tropical islands inhabited mostly by Melanesian people. Out in the middle of the South Pacific Ocean between Australia and Fiji, this island nation of over 250,000 people is vulnerable to earthquakes, volcanoes, as well as ongoing impacts of climate change. For 2 years, I lived on the island of Nguna in a small village of about 60 people called Marisauia. Here's Chief Malay Sumara welcoming you to Marisauia. And here are several of the village mamas welcoming you with saris. And my host family, Mama Tasare Titus and Tete Lesava and their children. Now you get to hear the village children singing with Tatu Whiteley, welcoming you to their village. See if you can pick out English words in their Bislama, their national language. One morning in January 2012, Tatu gathered the children at my house to teach them about climate change and help them understand how the changes in weather patterns were impacting their land and ability to grow their food. They learned about the impacts of the rise in sea level and focused on ways to prepare their gardens for periods of flooding, erosions, and cyclones. We met every Saturday morning for several months, and they created the Namaruru Pickaninny Community Garden. By forming long lines, they used brush and hoe method of clearing the land, using knives and pulling weeds by hand, which cut down on smoke pollution from burning. They used the hoe, and they did alley cropping, forming small hills and rows for planting. They planted nitrogen-rich glyricidia trees between the rows because their roots and leaves help hold moisture in the soil as well as provide food for their crops. They planted more fruit and nut trees in their bush gardens and around their homes, and they experimented with planting a variety of seeds to find out which plants can withstand the impact of too much or not enough rain. The children regularly gathered cow and chicken manure as well as kitchen scraps to provide compost for their gardens. And they planted emergency crops, including taro, manioc, and yams. The children helped build the village food dryer for preserving food. And they went to other villages and learned about windmills that provided free electricity and gabion baskets of rocks placed along the coastline to hold back the seawater. Last March, Cyclone Pam ripped through the islands of Vanuatu with winds reaching over 200 miles an hour, destroying homes, schools, gardens, and boats at sea. Everyone living on Nguna Island survived. Without delay, the villagers worked together to make sure that everyone had enough food, and families began rebuilding their homes and gardens. This summer, they experienced the impact of a drought, and with the help of many friends and generous donors, we were able to send over $2,000 to the Marisauia mamas so they were able to purchase a 6,000-liter water tank for their village. Adapting to change is embedded in the lifestyle and cultural traditions of the Ni Vanuatu. They have so much to teach us about how to care for each other and the earth as if our lives depended on it. This story will end with Tatu and the children of Marisauia singing their climate change songs in Bislama. Adaptations for you. Adaptations from you.